there. Welcome to the very first episode of ChatterBox Podcast. I'm Jessica.
And I'm John. We're super pumped to have you with us today. We're here to help you master English, all with real-life situations that'll make learning fun and practical.
Exactly. Whether you're just getting started or you've been learning for a while, this podcast is for everyone. Our motto is all levels with ChatterBox, so don't stress. We'll break everything down for you.
That's right. And in today's episode, we're tackling a situation that could happen to anyone. A minor car accident, also known as a fender bender. We'll teach you the phrases you'll need and break them down so you can use them when you need to.
By the end of the episode, you'll know exactly what to say if you ever get into a little fender bender. Trust us, you'll be speaking like a native.
Let's hit the road and get started with this one.
All right, let's set the scene. You're cruising to work, your favorite podcast is blasting in your ears. You know, something super exciting like ChatterBox. And you're sipping your coffee. Everything's perfect until suddenly, bam, someone rear-ends your car. Now what?
First of all, you'll probably have a mini panic attack. You might yell, "Oh no," spill your coffee all over the seat, and maybe even think, "This can't be happening to me."
Yep, totally. It's that moment of shock. But after that, you got to take a breath and stay calm. What you've just been in is called a fender bender.
A fender bender, a small accident, nothing too serious, just a little bump or scrape, but it can still be a pain. Repeat after me. Fender bender.
That's it. Fender bender, say it 3 times. Fender bender, fender bender, fender bender.
So, Jessica, if you were in a fender bender, what would be the first thing you'd say to the other driver?
I'd say, "Are you okay?" That's always the first thing to ask, right? You want to check on them.
Exactly. You got to make sure everyone's all right. Let's say it together. Are you okay? Easy, right?
Now, if the other person says, "I'm fine," just a little shaken up, you might reply with, "I'm okay too, just a bit rattled." That means you're fine, but you're a little shook from the accident.
Right. You're saying you're all right, but your nerves are a little frayed. Let's repeat. I'm okay, just a bit rattled.
Great. So after that, you might want to start handling the situation. First things first, exchange information. You'll need to swap insurance details or just swap info, as we call it. It's an easy way to say it.
Yeah, it's a quick, simple way of saying, let's trade the necessary details. You could also say, let's swap details. That just means sharing the basic info.
Right, let's try it. Let's swap insurance details.
And if you're worried the other driver might run off, you could say, we should report this to the police.
Exactly. Just to make sure everything's handled properly. You want to stay safe and make sure there's a record of it. Say it with us. We should report this to the police.
And if they're still not taking it seriously and say something like, it's just a scratch, you could respond with, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Right. You're being cautious. It's not worth taking risks when it comes to your safety. Let's try that. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
And you might even add, it's better to be on the safe side, just to emphasize it.
Exactly. If they're still insisting, you can say, let's just call the cops and get this sorted. Sometimes you have to be a little firm when things get tricky.
Yeah, especially if they're trying to brush it off. You want everything to be clear. So let's just call the cops and get this sorted. That's a good phrase to remember.
So now you've swapped details, but there's still the matter of calling the insurance company.
Ah, the fun part. Not really. But when you call your insurance, you might start with, I was in a fender bender, just to keep it simple.
Fender bender is the perfect way to describe a minor accident. It's the most chill way to say it. You could also say, I got rear-ended.
Rear-ended, that's another great one. It means someone bumped into the back of your car. I love how we have these specific phrases that make everything so much easier to explain.
Yeah, it's like instead of saying, I was in a small car crash, you get to say, I got rear-ended. Much quicker and to the point.
Exactly. And when you're dealing with the insurance, they'll probably ask, was there any damage to the car? And you can say, it's just a minor dent, nothing major.
Or you could say, it's just a scratch, but I want to make sure it's documented. Being cautious about the damage, even if it's minor.
Totally. So now that we've covered what to do on the phone with your insurance, let's go over what you'd say to a police officer if they show up.
If If the police show up, you can say, I was involved in a minor fender bender. Just a little accident, but we're all okay.
Yeah, keep it short and simple. The officer will ask you some questions, and it's always good to stay calm and be clear.
And when you're talking to the other driver or the officer, you could add, no one's hurt, just a little shaken up, but everything's fine now.
No one's hurt. This is a phrase you'll use to reassure everyone. It's important to make it clear that it's not a serious situation, but you still want to handle it properly.
Exactly. And when everything's said and done, you might just have to laugh it off. I mean, sometimes things like this happen, and all you can do is say, well, that was a close call.
Right. It's one of those you laugh or you cry situations. But honestly, handling it well means you're prepared for the next time. Hopefully, there won't be a next time, though.
Yeah, let's not jinx it. But no matter what, you'll be ready to handle a fender bender like a pro. Okay, let's wrap up with a quick review of all the phrases we covered today.
I think you're going to nail this, so let's do it.
Let's do it.
Fender bender.
Fender bender, that's mean. A small car accident with little damage. A tiny crash, nothing too serious.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? That's mean. A way to check if someone is hurt or feeling fine.
I'm okay, just a bit rattled.
I'm okay, just a bit rattled. That's mean. I am fine, but I feel a little nervous or shaken.
Let's swap insurance details.
Let's swap insurance details. That's mean. Let's exchange our insurance information.
Let's swap info.
Let's swap info. That's mean. A shorter way to say, let's exchange contact and insurance details.
We should report this to the police.
We should report this to the police. That's mean. We need to call the police and tell them about the accident.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's mean. It's better to be careful now than to regret it later.
It's better to be on the safe side.
It's better to be on the safe side. That's mean. A different way to say, it's best to be careful.
I got rear-ended.
I got rear-ended. That's mean. Another car hit the back of my car.
No one's hurt, just a little shaken up.
No one's hurt, just a little shaken up. That's mean. Nobody's injured, but we feel a little nervous.
It's just a minor dent, nothing major.
It's just a minor dent, nothing major. That's mean. There is only a small mark or damage, not a big problem.
Well, that was a close call.
Well, that was a close call. That's mean. That was almost a bad situation, but we avoided it.
All set.
Great job today, everyone. Keep practicing these phrases until they feel like second nature.
And remember, if you ever get in a fender bender, just stay calm, keep your cool, and don't spill your coffee. And if you do, well, maybe that's a sign to slow down a little.
See you next episode. Stay tuned.
It means to keep listening, watching, or paying attention for more information or updates.